me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it?
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And this carries into the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Prescott on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, open man is Samuel, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
This looks like a free play for Prescott. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker 2, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. Defense. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They just...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Ballard. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Off play action. Ballard. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
Sterling Hoffrichter.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage again.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Prescott from the gun. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, he finds his target. It's Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Colts pick it up. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
The 31-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
For 85.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 138 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Max Crosby on the...
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're script.
Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we'll put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Taken in at the 3. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Colts 14, Texans 7.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
To number 81.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
21.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Houston set to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is,
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players, and glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Ballard. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And the Colts 1st down.
Off play action. Ballard. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Off the play fake. Ballard. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
2nd and goal at the Texans' 2-yard line.
Off play action. Ballard. Touchdown.
Ballard's pass.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
And 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On the give, this is their fullback. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans cut into that lead. Well, that one's hard to believe. Not something you see every day. A very long run for the big guy.
Normally we see his counterpart, right? The scat back, the guy with the so-called speed. But we saw a little bit of everything there, didn't we? The big, powerful man with the football. He can also stretch it out a little bit in the open field.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Colts set to take over here offensively. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts add on to their lead.
Makes the score Colts.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? Doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really...
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Dak Prescott sacked.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And the pressure gets to him again.
Dak Prescott sacked.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Off the play fake. Ballard. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Off play action. Ballard. The quick slant caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leaders...
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 3rd and long for Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Off the play fake. Ballard. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time. Off play action. Ballard. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Ballard. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Off play action. Ballard. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
Check 24, check 24.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Taking it about the 1.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spending...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing after the interception. Ballard. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And now out comes Houston. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on second down. Prescott. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
27 on the
Off the play fake. Ballard.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, this from 33. Blankenship's kick is good. And their lead will swell up to 28.
Colts 49.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
Here we go. Here we go. Watch the light. Watch one.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Now Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. Deebo Samuel with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
And the Colts coming out now. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And all the way down to the 12. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st down.
Off play action. Ballard. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Sterling Hoffrichter set to kick off.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. get taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans cut into that lead. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The previous play is under review.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Back to throw. Ballard. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
First down.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 30. 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. 87 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. An extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line.
At their own 2-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 11.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. To try again after the sack. Prescott firing quickly here, and that's complete. The 40, the 30, 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 95 yards. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead, it's down to just 1 score. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taking it about the 1.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. A first down throw for Prescott. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the...
Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20, 10, And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Taking it about the 1.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 7. A minute 51 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Oh, Prescott stripped. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Taking it about the 1.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big play there for Indy. And even 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Off the play fake. Ballard. His pass caught at the 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Off-play action. Ballard. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Back at the 14-yard line.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. A give to the fullback on the dive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep.
The Colts take over 1st and
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Today's final
Partner, a
score.
great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one,
63.
I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic